Well, we are now ready for the cornbread.
Nani?
So this one, again, I'm combining two recipes, but unfortunately, unlike the queso, this one's a little more difficult to combine together, so just bear with me as I go along. There are two parts to this. We're gonna start off by putting all of the dry ingredients together first. So let me start off with our 1 cup of flour. Let's hope I don't make a mess. Oh no. Save the rest of this. So then we pair that up with 1 cup of cornmeal. This is going to end in disaster, I know it. So now we have 3 tablespoons of sugar. And then our 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Last but not least, 1 teaspoon of cumin. And that is it for our dry ingredients. So now we will move on to the wet or the cold ingredients. Let me just go ahead and move all this extra stuff out of the way. You can see in this bowl we have 2 eggs ready to go. We are going to add 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter into this. Now, of course, for mine, this is salted butter. So I'm skipping the step which has us add salt to it also because this already has salt in it, so we don't need to add any. We then add in our 1/2 cup of milk. And we also add in our cream cheese. Now I'm gonna have to blend all this together, so I'm going to go ahead and let it sit out a little bit so that it can warm up, and then we can get back into it then. So I went ahead and microwaved this because of course it's hard to mix things that are both liquid and solid when they're cold. So I got the butter melted, I added the little 1/2 block of cream cheese we had and kind of stirred it up. The cream cheese is the hardest part to mix in. You can see it's still pretty chunky, but hopefully it'll mix in easier once I throw it in there. So keep that in mind once you're making this. And now comes the fun part, because I don't know how easy this is going to be to mix together. So we'll go ahead and pour this in. And now we put the corn in too. The thing to keep in mind for this is to make sure you drain your corn kernels that aren't the cream corn ones. Otherwise it'll just make it a little bit watery. So let's go ahead and get this stirred up. Attempt to mix everything. Hopefully this works. I'm assuming it's gonna be really chunky at this point, so you'll have to be mixing it around for a while. All right, now that everything is pretty much mixed as good as it can be, we are going to go ahead and add in all of our vegetables here. So we have our 2, because that's all this one asked for, was 2 chives. And then 1 diced jalapeno. And 1/2 a bell pepper. This is a full bell pepper, so I'm gonna go ahead and take only 1/2 of it. And last but not least, we need to add 1/2 of our bag of shredded cheese in. I'm gonna just guess at what 1/2 a bag is. Probably that. All right, and now we just mix it up again. Or attempt to. This looks more like a casserole than it does cornbread. But that's okay. It should settle up once we put it in the oven. So I got my trusty 9 by 13 baking pan here because that'll be a good enough size to fit all of this. So let's go ahead and just pour this out. Very chunk. Make sure not to miss anything. Just shake that around so that it gets kind of even on all 4 sides. And then the next thing we do is we take the rest of the cheese and we put it on top. So go ahead and do that. Make it nice and pretty. Whoosh. There we go, now it's ready to go in. So now we'll put it in at 375 for 25 minutes. And it's the glass bowl again, so it might take a little bit longer. We'll see. I will see you in 25. There we have it. So I had to put it in for an extra 10 minutes because, of course, the glass pan makes it cook a little longer, so keep that in mind when you make yours. So this thing smells really awesome. I'm so excited to dig into this later. Look at that. Perfect loaf. Ow. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed watching me do this and enjoy making it yourself. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.